Hey everybody, a fast update. I want to try to get this out more often on Fridays, like a midday update, kind of get us prepared for early next week. This is like a pre-watch list. Tonight you're going to get the HBS watch list. We'll have all the good setups. But I want to be able to get this out to you also earlier than the close in case you want to, because there is some good setups and it doesn't make sense to get them on get the watch list after the market closes. So I want to try to update you with a fast little watch list going into Friday afternoons. Prepare yourself for Monday, and maybe even take advantage of these setups. So look for those every Friday, around 12, 1 o'clock. I'll tell you one thing. The first thing I'm doing, of course, my divergent scans and doing scans all day long. And again, a fast look at the markets. Not that we're going to go in more detail on the markets on the next video, but tremendous day today. Very nice day. We're back over 20,000. We had a great jobs number. We have Trump economic news just across the board. Lots of things that he's talking about, even too much to even go into. But overall, it's showing a positive bias to the market. Excuse me. And we're continuing to push up at the highs. So the Dow at this point is up 172. The S&P is up 16, and NASDAQ's up 23. But let's get to the real deal. This move has really sparked the financials, and almost all the financials have put in a lane divergence here, which is interesting because even Goldman Sachs, and we talk about the higher low on the stochastics with the lower low on the price, and these are very obvious ones. And I tell you, that's a pretty big, decent signal. So we have these across the board. Goldman, of course, has it. Citigroup has it. State Street Bank has it. So it's something that I want to just put out there for you. If you want to look at that for next week, this was a nice pullback in the financials. And if you're on the side of believing this market is going to continue to push higher throughout this year, then this is probably a great pullback on the financials. I know it's kind of a shaky, the administration and the news and this whole thing going forward is all new. So it's always shaky, and there could be always news out there that kind of messes with this market. But right now, I think the bigger picture is this is an absolutely fantastic pullback with a divergence signaling time to go back up on those. And I mean, you could take any of those financials, or here's Discovery Financial Services. Again, you can see these starting to turn back up. And again, this might be considered news a little. So that's the one thing I'd be cautious about. ACN, this is interesting. I wanted to point this out. It's going to be on the watch list tonight. But the big one I wanted to point out
tradeometer overbought
right now is a couple of them. PSX, big reversal candle today. And this is a stock that Warren Buffett's into. If this pattern's out good, and we trade it every so often, especially when it comes down to a recognizable pattern or a divergence.
YM tradeometer overbought.
In this case, we might have that divergence setting up again, like we had here. We had a divergence there. You can see underneath that right here. You can even see it on the 9.3 right here. Big divergence and a nice move up until it got overbought, and then there was another divergence down here, maybe a double bottom, very close to being one. Either way, there's a nice push, but this is starting to look like one. And the combination of that reversal candle, when you see a candle take out the lows by a big amount, and then the tail of the candle is really twice as big as the body on the close. The odds are this is a decent possibility of a reversal happening, and reversal over the next few days. It might trade inside the range, but everything here is pointing to some upside. So this actually is going to be one of the better bets next week on this pullback reversal candle. And seeing how it closes today, you could easily take advantage of it today. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the VFC here moving. And this one has been a tough one. I'm long this, and it was the wedge pattern, but it is in the wrong sector. I mean, it's really a kind of a retail. It's an apparel stock, but it's so connected to retail that it gets sucked down here. It's a brand, and also like Under Armour. Under Armour, just like Under Armour got, they recently got hit. That's just that's a brand in itself, and that's also going to hit. So the VFC looks good looks good with this little candle starting to push back up. We're just about at the highs of the session. If we could push back up, trying to get through this 51.43 would be a very good buy signal. And that's probably where you want to be concentrated on if you could get through those last 4 days. I mean, you have a bigger candle up here, 52, but at that point, you probably, you're giving up some gains already. But this is this is a tough call right now. And the IFF here, this last one I want to talk about. I've been eyeballing this, and we had a decent candle yesterday, starting to reverse back up. There's been activity, strange activity, in volume the other day. Two big spurts of volume. I'm going to show it to you on this. I am suspecting something is going on here. I didn't read into it. I'm going to probably update you again on the later video. But if you just take a look at the chart here, and we zoom out to yesterday, and again, this is not showing my volume for some reason. During this period here, we got the real strong buying coming. The volume popped up, and then it happened again. And actually, I'm starting to see it right now starting to happen again. So we're getting this accumulation in the stock. It's coming out of a downward channel. So I'll keep an eye on it. The overall chart looks pretty good on that. So I'm going to get this out to you fast. It's only meant to be a 5-minute long video to kind of update you on some things we're looking at next week. The VFC actually continue to push. Oh, and Kellogg. A lot of us are long Kellogg here on the show. That was this week's best bet. Might as well do an update. And the best bet here, working out perfect. Our target was 73. I said I'll get out 73.80 to 74. So it's at 73.41 right now. I mean, it's up to you when you want to take profits on this. I think we got a little bit further move up and out. And remember, this is a big pattern with a double bottom. Everything looks good. So that one we're still holding, but I would consider looking to take profits whenever you wanted. All right. Hope to catch you in the markets on Monday. And for members, stay tuned for the HPS watch list after the close.